6-day, 5-night in paradise. We will see you there. If you look at the most successful leaders in our industry, what is their key attribute? Is it talent, knowledge, experience? No, it's none of these, because the key is something you all have, something you can develop. It's called attitude. And our next speaker personifies this attribute: boundless energy, eternal optimism, and an unbeatable attitude. His tireless work ethic, his constant travel, his unstoppable attitude. These are what define him and what make him the most dynamic, inspired, and exciting man in this company. He is your advocate, your cheerleader, your coach, and most importantly, your friend. Please give an Organo standing ovation for your co-founder and global master distributor, Mr. Shane Morand.
Everyone, who's fired up? Who's having fun? You know, when we do these events, anybody excited about what you just saw up there with the anybody like to travel? I remember on the cruise last year, we were talking to some of the distributors, and I was kind of curious, have you ever been on a cruise? Who has never been on a cruise? Who has never been on a cruise? Who has made a decision right now, you're going on a cruise? You're gonna travel with OG. Some of the distributors said not only had they never been on a cruise, this is amazing, but they had never seen the ocean. Wow. Yeah, that's what I said. What? Never seen the ocean. Everyone take a deep breath. Straighten out your underwear again. Stretch your arms out. Tap the person beside you on the shoulders. Come on, participate. Stand up, stand up. Everybody forget it. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Let's get some energy. Let's get some oxygen. Tap the person, sir, on the shoulders. I saw that. This is a family event. You think I'm not watching you? Look to the person on your right and say, you're beautiful. Look to the person on the left and say, you look like a genius. Actually, there's a survey that was done in the university, one of the universities in California, and they said 1 out of every 3, 1 out of every how many? 3. 1 out of every 3 is either intelligent or really beautiful. Really intelligent, so look again at the person on your right. Take a look at the person on your left. And it's not either one of them, then it must be you. Who's fired up? Hey, I have a question. How many thought yesterday's announcement was awesome? Awesome! How many understand who's OG? Organo is a healthier living company. We're selling healthier living products, yes? Healthier, everyone say healthier living. Healthier living. Who are we? Healthier living. We've got healthier living. Healthier living. What do we mean by that? Healthier physically? How many can't wait to try those shakes now? Healthier living financially. Everyone say healthier living financially. Everybody go like this. Everybody go like this. This is what this means. Events all over the world, and people don't even know it when we're presenting and talking about this incredible life-changing opportunity. A lot of our guests, a lot of the prospects, for no reason, they'll start doing this. And that's when I know, you know money's coming. You know money's coming. Who knows money's coming? Who can feel money coming? So healthier living from a physical standpoint and from a financial, there's nothing wrong with finance. We need both. What is more important, health or wealth? We have both. They're both important. And so if you're fired up, say, I'm fired up. Take a deep breath. Again, straighten out your underwear. Have a seat. Here we go. Are you ready? 90 days. Everyone say 90 days. We have 120 days to put 50,000 new distributors. And by the way, just for a second, to all of our friends that we're broadcasting to all over the world, and I don't know, 16, 18 different languages, welcome to OG EXPO Tampa. Let's make some noise for our friends all over the world. We love you. Some couldn't get visas to be here and so on, but we're fired up about that. So 90 days, in 90 days, you have 120. We have an objective in the next 120 days to put 50,000 brand new distributors in your business. 50,000. But what I want to talk about is let's get it done in 90 days. Let's get it done in 90 days. Everyone say 90 days. 90 days. I'm going to tell you right now, and I don't know wherever you're sitting, it doesn't matter. Things will change. Things will change. In 90 days, things are going to change. What do I mean by that? For some of you, physically, things are going to change. How many know that's true? In 90 days, and I want everyone, if you haven't tried this, take a picture of yourself so you remember what it was like. Physically, to feel like you're feeling, even though you're fired up right now, you wait for 90 days on this product, OGX, it's over. Some of you have family members and friends that don't even know that OGX exists. Their lives physically are about to change. Can you see that? Everyone say 90 days. From a financial standpoint, and some of you, you know who you are. In 90 days, you're not going to be sitting in that seat. For some of you, you're going to be sitting in these seats. Make a decision. And remember what I talked about yesterday. Wherever you are, it doesn't matter. Whatever the bank account looks like today and your experience and your knowledge of what's in the OGX and your experience, nothing matters. What matters is where you're going to go. So get that clear picture of where you're going in 90 days. I want to talk today a little bit, and I have, oh, did I mention I have an announcement? Look at, wait, look at, you know. We have an announcement. And to all of our organo distributors worldwide, this announcement applies to you too, anywhere in the world. So it's a good one. It's an awesome one. It's going to help you and your company get to that 50,000 brand new distributors in the next 120 days. What we want to do in this environment right now, we want to make a decision, and you want to map out your plan for the next 90 days to get it done. How many agree? 90 days is better. Let's get it done in 90 days, yeah? So we far pass the 50,000. And so what I want to talk about is I'm not going to go through the whole thing. We can get this online. We're gonna deliver the plan, but I want to go over a couple of the details before I give you the announcement. Is that fair? Okay, so the 90-day game plan. Let's put the first slide up there, and let's just talk about this for a second. In 90 days, you need to understand that 90 days from now, things can change. But it's going to take all-out massive action. Everyone repeat, all-out massive action. All-out massive action. You can't just sit there for 90 days and things are going to come to you. You got to do the work. You got to get out there. You've got to focus. But what I want to kind of lay out is what are the daily activities? What can you, and take your pen and paper out, write this down. What can you do every day? What are the simple things? If it's complicated, forget it. Don't complicate your business no matter what. OGX, show the pictures. You don't even have to know how to speak English. You don't even have to know how to speak. Don't complicate this. Well, how does it work? Everyone say, how does it work? Everyone say, I don't know. All I know is I saw some people walking across the stage in 90 days. They lost 10, 20, 30, 40 plus pounds. I don't know how it works, but it worked well for them. Let's give it a try. That makes sense? Okay, training over. Don't complicate your business. But in the next 90 days, this is the big business plan. Just because I talk about the big business model doesn't mean it's the complicated business model. If it's this is why OG has done what we've been able to do, and this is why people are scratching their heads. We've been able to simplify it. So simple that many, many more people can do it. Don't complicate your business. Everybody put your right hand up. Say, I swear, I will not complicate my business. I promise, I will not complicate my business. I realize if I complicate my business, Shane and Holton know where I live. They will find me. Okay, give yourselves a round of applause. Keep it simple. But this is the big business model. Here's $1 million idea. If you got a pen, piece of paper, write this down as fast as you can. It's $1 million. When I first spoke these words back in 2010 at this reminds me of our liftoff convention in 2010 in Houston. It was the same similar slide, except it said $100,000 idea, because in my mind in 2010, I thought this was a $100,000 concept. Today, I put down it's $1 million concept, but really what I really believe, this is $1 billion concept that I'm gonna give you. I'm not gonna put $1 billion because most of you won't be able to relate to $1 billion, but $1 million, okay, here it is, write it down. You wanna create a few simple actions that can be duplicated by a large group of people over a consistent period of time. If you have not memorized that, if it's the first time you're seeing it, memorize it, make a commitment, make a promise that you're gonna memorize this. And so what you want to do when you're looking at your business, you want to expand, as you're going out there and talking to people, you want to make sure whatever steps you're taking, whatever you're doing, keep it so simple that the person that you're talking to says, I could do that. If you get your ego in the way and you want to impress them about the 7 million pages of third-party validation about Ganoderma, the polysaccharides, and the tritryptanoids, if you start going down that road and you're not a doctor, you're going to disqualify, you're going to discredit yourself. And it's going to be that, you know what? They're going to say that person's a genius and I could never speak that way. I could never learn even how to pronounce the words that they just spoke. So that if they can't do something, they're not going to take the steps. So keep it simple. So you want to take simple actions. You want to take what? So if the word is in blue, underline it. As you write, you already did? Awesome. Bold, make it bold, okay? That can be duplicated by a large group of people over, and I heard so many speakers today and yesterday talk about the consistency. This is what we want. We want consistency, consistency, consistent. You want to have consistency in your business rather than peak, contact 100 people, and then the next week you're out of the business because you have nobody to talk to. Have that consistency and duplicate the consistency. This makes sense. So what I want to do before we give you the announcement is just talk about what are the simple things that you can do on a daily basis to keep you in the game for the next 90 days so that you get to that point where you say, I contributed to that 50,000. Does that make sense? What are the things? Now, the 90-day game plan really consists of the daily activities, simple, the weekly, the monthly, and the quarterly simple activities. I'm not going to go into that. I want to focus today on the daily, okay? And so our whole compensation plan is also designed around the 90-day game plan. It's designed in 90-day spurts. We can do anything for 90 days. How many feel 90 days is reasonable? If you went all out massive action, it's a reasonable amount of time, yeah? Remember, yesterday I talked about 18 months, and for some of you, 18 months, that's a long time. Yeah, it is. But you want to visualize where you're going to be in 18 months, but you want to have your plan for the next 90 days to get to your 90 days. Stay in zone 1. If you're new to Organo, just getting started, you don't know what zone 1 is, get back to your upline, your sponsor. Zone 1 is where all the money is. Where's the money? Stay in zone one. Stay in zone one. Everybody repeat. Stay in zone one. It's where all the money is. Zone one is when you're sampling. That you're in zone one. If you're sampling, you're in the zone. That's where the money is. Zone one is when you're retailing. If you're retailing, did you hear these stories this morning about the retail? Full-time income, all they do is retail. They've got a small team and they're retailing. That's zone one. That's where the money is. When you're following up with a distributor, when you're following up with a prospect, that's where the money is, in the follow-up. So many of you in this room and so many watching from wherever you are, you've lost so much money because there was no follow-up. There are people now, because we've done a lot of sampling, that are looking for you. Follow up. If you don't follow up, you're wasting everybody's time. Giving the sample is one thing, but you got to follow up. And the biggest question that I get about follow-up is, when should I follow up? You follow up when you agree that you're going to follow up. So when you deliver the sample, then you have a conversation with them. Just ask them, hey, when do you normally drink your coffee? And they say 9 o'clock in the morning. Okay, can I follow up maybe at 10? They said, no, 10, I've got a doctor's appointment. What about 11? Okay, 11. So now there's an agreement. Does this make sense? Follow up when you agree that you're going to follow up. When you're following up in zone one, there's really, and this is important, because what's the next step? How many have asked that question? You gave the sample and you're following up, but what do I do next? Has anybody asked that? Or is it just me? What do I do when I follow up? Really, there's really three choices. What you're looking for, you're not trying to sell or convince them to get into your business. Not everybody's going to get into the business. I hear so many people all over the world, if you don't get into my business, we're no longer friends. That's crazy. Don't do that if you don't get into, no, they may not be ready to get into your business. They may not be ready in the mind to get into your business. They may have things going on that you're not aware of. But there are really three choices. How many choices? And this is I want you to make these notes, because the announcement involves these three choices. The announcement that we're going to make. You want the announcement, or maybe we'll save it for next convention? The first choice is maybe they just want to become a customer and just enjoy the coffee and the tea and try the shakes to see if it works, to see if they like it. It's called a customer. It's called a preferred customer. We love our customers. How many love our customers? Yes. The cool thing about number one, about the number ones of the threes, the cool thing about it is you make money now. If they say, I want to become a customer, don't put them in a headlock and say, let me tell you about the compensation plan. They're not interested. They just want to see, are you telling the truth? Is this a world-class gourmet coffee? Are you telling the truth? Does this shake really taste delicious? Are you telling the truth that it's effective? Let me try it. Once they try it, they're not going to be able to stop talking to their friends about it. When they produce the results, if it tastes good, if it makes them feel good, is it all making sense to you? I'm going too fast? It's simple. Keep it simple. Stay in zone one. When you're doing coffee and jazz mixes, when you're doing sampling, you're in that zone, zone one. But the second type of person is someone that maybe they don't want to start a business, maybe the timing is not right, but they just want to get the product for free. Imagine if we showed them a way to get those shakes for free. Hello? Hello? Let me repeat. Let's say the person you're going through, number one, customer, just give it a try. Okay, number one is what? Someone that says, I just want to give it a try. Everyone say, give it a try. That's a customer. Nothing wrong with that. But the second type of person, someone says, I want free product. I don't want to run a business. I don't want to learn none of that Napoleon Hill thing that's making people rich. I don't want to read 5 minutes a day. I don't want to read the book 5 minutes a day because that might get me rich. There are people that are thinking that way. They're so afraid of success that they'll not read the book. And if you're sitting here, by the way, in this room, and you haven't read the book, Think and Grow Rich, you can never admit that to me or Holton or Bernie or any of the leaders. You cannot admit that. And so here's what I want you to do. If you're ever asked, seriously, if you're ever asked by a leader, have you read the book, Think and Grow Rich, and you know you haven't read it, here's what I want you to do. Just say, I think so, and then just walk away. Read the book. If you're here wanting to live your dreams, you need to think differently. Read the book and read it and apply it to your vision. So when you read the book, Think and Grow Rich, you know you're here, but read every principle. Say, how will that help me get to where I want to go? How will this principle help me to where I want to go? Does this make sense? That's what I did. I focused on a goal before I read the book, and read the book, and reread the book, and reread the book, and I'm thinking about the vision of where I want to go. And as I read the book, I say, how will this principle of having a definiteness of purpose help me get to where I want to go? How is this principle about masterminding and getting together and working together with people going to help me to go from where I am to where I want to go? Am I the only one excited about this, or what? We have it now in 5 or 6 languages, so there's no excuses. Zone 1. So the second type of person is the person that just wants to get free product. You can show your customer, you can show people how to get free product. And all they have to do is retail enough product during the month that they consume. So whatever they're consuming, they retail to a few people, retail a couple boxes here, retail a shake here.